Hey, Rick.
Hey, Megan, how you doing?
I am doing well. We are at week 8 since we have been recording these weekly updates. And we decided to do this because it's something that I always wanted to do just to keep people informed. And because of the, pandemic, I had time to do it and to just put it on the calendar and get it done.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
here we are, week 8, and I'm feeling pretty optimistic. You know, the market is bebopping along here. Luckily, I was out showing houses this past weekend, and it was a past client, and I had them call you a few weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, to get pre-qualified. They are a veteran of the Navy, and he wanted to use his VA loan. And you were kind enough to just get right on that and get him approved and really get all of his information, because he came down here this weekend with his family to find a house. And before he came down here, you guys did all of your homework and I did all my homework. So
yeah, sure did.
I went out and really scoured the streets looking for a house for this family. And I went and I previewed houses. It took me like all afternoon. And before I went into the house, you know, I had to sign forms that say I'm not sick and I won't touch anything. I don't have a fever. And I also had to provide a pre-qual letter that you had given me so that the seller knew I was there for good reason. And I did a video tour of every house. It's probably about 8 to 10 minutes each tour, but I go through it, man. I look at the neighbors, I look at the street, I look at the driveway, I look at the entryway, I look at the fascia boards and the asphalt or tile shingles, and what do they look like, and what does the paint look like? And I mean, I just go through the whole thing. I open and I close the cabinets, I flush the toilets, I just, so I sent them those videos, so they were able to choose their top houses they wanted to see this weekend. And we're talking $1 million price range, right?
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. There were people lined up to see these houses, and it wasn't they weren't underpriced. They were priced just right, because I already did my homework. I mean, they were priced just right, and people were literally lined up to see them. And I knew, yeah, I knew the last 2 weeks that I've had an increase of buyers come to the table here, and I'm a preferred agent with another company that does buyer referrals, and that has definitely done, an uptick. So they did find a house, and I'm so happy about this house. I mean, it's conforming to the neighborhood. It's got everything that this family could possibly dream of. But like everybody else liked it too, because they were all looking at the same houses that we're looking at, right? So by the 72nd hour that this house is on the market, I think there were 6 or 7 offers. And here we are with a VA buyer. And for people that don't know what VA is, it's a loan insured by the Veterans Administration. It's 100% financing. It's no MI. It's a great loan for our veterans. Yeah. And people generally have a perception about 100% financing, like they're not qualified as much as somebody with a big down payment. And so the struggle with that kind of a loan is really just communicating that how qualified our buyer is. And thank God you had all that homework done. And then, as usual, whenever I write an offer, I always bring you in on it, because I want people to know who they're working with, that we've got our stuff together, we're going to get this done. So tell me, like, what did you have to do over the weekend to help deliver this information that we had a really good buyer on our hands to the seller.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Megan. I actually called the listing agent on Sunday, Mother's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew we had multiple offers. It was a hot property, and so I really wanted to reach out and be proactive with that agent. Even though it was Mother's Day, I still reached out, and but I went through the numbers. I mean, we know our numbers, right? We know what the DTIs are, the income, the FICO scores, all the data that we have to really articulate how qualified this buyer was. So, and this is also a buyer, we've talked about this in previous meetings, where we actually started collecting that buyer's documents ahead of them making an offer. So by the time they made that offer, all I really needed, frankly, was three things: an open escrow, a title report, and an appraisal, and I'm going to underwriting for final
Mm-hmm.
approval and close and clear to close. And so that's what I was sharing with this agent on Sunday, that simply put, we're ready to go. Just get us to escrow, we'll get it closed, and we'll close it on time. And that's really, really important. Those are really trigger phrases when you're talking to a listing agent, that A, you're ready to go, and that B, you'll close it on time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've learned over the years that when you really reach out and be proactive with those listing agents, they really get it, because oddly enough, there are very few loan officers who really reach out. And if they do reach out, they don't know the numbers.
Right.
And so for us, our game plan is always very crystal clear, right? What the clear next steps are for a seller to accept our offer and what they can expect through the entire process. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, that starts with you. You write a very good offer, you write a very good cover letter, you do a great job of really walking that listing agent and that seller through that process of how good your buyer is. And then I jump in behind that and really confirm the buyer is qualified for the loan that we will close.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know, I really appreciate that, because as a listing agent, when I have a listing and I receive an offer, it's very, very rare that the loan officer reaches out to me. And if they do, it's sort of a sales pitchy thing. And, this isn't my first rodeo. This August, it'll be my 22nd year of being a realtor. So like I need, the stone cold facts of the file. And then sometimes even then I'm like scratching my head, how are they going to do this? So then I refer them over to you a lot of times to get just a double, another set of eyes on it, because it is no fun accepting an offer and then having to put the house back on the market. It is like 2 thumbs down, egg on your face, amateur move. Nobody wants it. But I was really like, I couldn't even sleep because I knew this house. It was, for the buyers, the process probably seemed like pretty easy, because I had already looked at all these houses for them, sent them the videos, blah, blah, blah. So they didn't feel like they had to spend a lot of their time, driving all over and doing the whole masks and the gloves and all this stuff. And we were able to get it done fairly quickly. So I appreciate your support with that. And I know we're going to do a really fast 21-day VA escrow. And we were able to beat everybody out. How we did it, I don't know. I think it's our charm. Just kidding.
The Midas touch we have, right?
Yeah. But
sure.
But I appreciate that. And looking forward to getting that family in there this summer so they can enjoy their new pool.
Yeah, it's going to go fast. The appraisal's already ordered, so we're well on our way.
Good job. All right, Rick. Well, thanks for that update today. And just if anybody's out there and they've got questions about home loans or, real estate transactions, or what you have to do now to go out and look at houses, send me a message and we've got the answers.
We're here to help.
Yep. All right.
Megan.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you. Talk to you.